It's a Monday in the Plains, and the halls of Athens High School are empty. Friday, the weather was sunny, but today it's a mix of rain and snow. The students have a snow day. Principal David Hanning and Assistant Principal Chad Springer are hard at work, though, catching up and preparing for everything from standardized testing to prom.
What we do very well is provide a place for students to be, and we welcome them, and we make them feel welcomed.
Around 800 students roam the halls of Athens High School. Out of last year's 200 or so graduates, around 63% went on to a 4-year college, 20% went on to a 2-year college, 1% went to the armed forces, and 15% began seeking employment.
We do have a transient population here, no different than any other school that you would go to. You have a higher transient population in poorer areas. Now, when you have community elementary schools, the community that lives near that elementary school sends their students there. So you have different pockets of Athens and then outside of Athens that are demographically separated based on their income.
Athens High School is around 5 miles away from Ohio University, meaning a large portion of the student population at AHS is made up of children whose parents are employed at OU.
We're kind of unique because we have Ohio University right here in Southeast Ohio, like the beginning of Appalachia. So, Ohio University brings more opportunities with this area.
We have to be a little bit more responsive to parents and students that are more in the mainstream of pedagogical changes and research and expectations, and I think that any college town's probably going to this public schools there are going to be a little bit different in that there is more diversity, and that does create a lot of opportunities for students.
In Ohio, there are multiple ways to fulfill graduation requirements, including 7 end-of-course state tests.
If you look at the number of days that we spend testing students, preparing students to take those tests, making up tests, all of that, I think that it changes education a lot. The trend is upward, so we're improving. Our test scores are going up. We've had a lot of success in social studies, so our American history exam and our American government exam, students do very well. We've seen, over the last couple of years, we saw a significant improvement in our biology test scores and our ELA. We still lag behind in mathematics.
Shifting legislation has proved to be a challenge for educators in Athens High School as they attempt to adjust to new standards.
The biggest help that we need from a policy standpoint, from the Ohio Department of Education, from the legislature, is to kind of have some consistency in their expectations and their policies and their program.
Issue 3 was a ballot initiative that passed in November of 2018. The countywide levy will impose 2 property taxes. The money from this tax increase will go toward bonds for renovating and improving Athens City School District buildings.
When we think about Issue 3, it's not just about the facilities. It's about upgrading the facilities, getting new facilities, and reorganizing our district.
I think for the long-term growth, health, and well-being of a community, you need to be investing in things, and what better thing to invest in? I mean, than the education. Up-to-date schools are beneficial to a community are the ways in which that school then attracts businesses. It attracts other employees who might come to the university or other local industries to work here. When they see good schools, they're more inclined, I think, that's one of the key components for making a decision on whether or not to locate here, both for businesses and employees.
The construction is expected to take a few years, but ultimately, people at Athens High School seem excited about the changes to come.
It's a great family. I mean, that's really what this place is.